Hey y'all, it is Cassie Bollinger for Work It Wednesday. Tonight we're going to go over our compensation plan for our Scentsy paychecks. I have a little presentation I'm going to go along, so it'll have images. Hopefully this will explain through, and then we'll have questions at the end. I do have a copy of this if you would like to see each one of these slides individually. I can send that out to you. Just let me know. Let's go ahead and let me get my screen share up and running. Okay, can I get thumbs up that you can see all right. So then I just need to go to my present. Okay, can you still see it where it's just my picture and not all Canva? Yay! All right, so this is for my team. This is hashtag no limits, y'all. This is a compensation walkthrough. I spent all day on this, so I actually had quite a bit of fun. I followed through and watched the training that Scentsy provides on our compensation, and I just kind of condensed this down for like my wording, along with kind of how I understand it. So of course, as independent consultants, we are our own like owners, our own bosses. You want to make sure that you are looking at all the information through our workstation, because again, you can train, you can teach, you can learn everything from our workstation if you never had anything outside or any other help from anywhere. This is, let's see. So how do I get paid? We all want to get paid. There are so many different ways to get paid, and this is going to kind of be where we walk through of breaking down everything. There's going to be some terms that we need to go through so you understand what the terminology is a little bit later. So we have PRV, GWV, active, recruit, reinstate. So PRV, this is personal retail value. These are what the value that is put on the items that we sell. There are some items like our license items that don't have the equal value of PRV versus the retail value. We do pay a licensing fee for anything through Disney, Warner Brothers, NFL, NHL, any of our licensed items. So that value may vary. So when we're talking about PRV, this is what we actually get paid on. When you place an order, you can look at each individual order that you placed or your customers placed, and it'll tell you what the PRV is that you receive. GWV is your group wholesale value. Now, this takes the retail value, and it's 75% of what their retail value is. So it's the wholesale value. So this is what you accumulate. And if you think about the breakdown, is that if you had a whole pie and that's what we sell it for retail, what we get commission on is based on 75% of that. So 25% goes back up to Scentsy, and along for all of our bonuses and extras, and that 75% is what we get paid on. The next one is active. Active is the 200 PRV in 1 month. A recruit. So when we talk about getting new recruits, these are people brand new to Scentsy. That means they have never signed up, joined up, have been associated with Scentsy for any reason. A reinstate is someone who is returning back to Scentsy. That means at some point in time, since Scentsy has been established as a company, they have been a consultant at some point and have come back either once or multiple times. So why PRV matters? There's two different ways that our PRV matters, and one is activity and versus commissions. So this is kind of our breakdown of how we get paid. Our activity, every single person that is a consultant through Scentsy starts off at 0 every single month. So everything gets wiped away. We all start at 0. That's every SSD, every star director, every superstar consultant, every essential consultant, every person, no matter of your rank or title, will start off at 0 at the beginning of every month. Now, to change that status, of active from inactive is 200 PRV. So, oh, I think I missed something. Yes. So everybody begins with 0 PRV and an inactive status. So that everybody starts at the same place. To change your inactive status, that's where I missed it, you have to get 200 PRV. So again, that's the personal retail value and a calendar month. So that means it's not every 30 days or 28. It is seriously the first of the month, and we end at the end of the month. Now, your time frame of when your month begins and ends will depend on what time zone you're in. Scentsy is based in Pacific Standard Time. So Pacific time versus to where I'm at, I'm in Central Standard Time is 2 hours difference. So my month begins on the 1st at 2 a.m., but it also ends on the 1st at 1:59 a.m. So I have a little bit of leeway, but if you're in Pacific Standard Time, then that will be midnight. If you're in Eastern, then it'll be 3 a.m. and 2:59 p.m. If you are inactive for 4 consecutive months and you have a team, you will lose your downline permanently. They will roll up to your sponsor. The reason why you need to know the difference between active and inactive is basically for these next couple of reasons. These months, so it doesn't matter if you have PRV, but if you're not getting the 200 PRV a month, you will lose your downline. Now, if you don't have a current downline and it's now your 4th month and you get someone to sign up in that 4th month, technically you could lose that downline if you are not active in 4 months in a row. So if you're planning on getting a team, please make sure that you are consistent with being active every 4 months. If you are inactive for 12 consecutive months, then your account will be canceled. So you have 1 year from the month you sign up in. You have 1 year from the last month you were active. So if you weren't active this month, but you were active in October, you have 12 months from October to get active to stay another 12 months. That means that you have access to the workstation, you have access to place orders, to get any of the news updates. After that 12 months, you will be deactivated. Our commissions are as follow. Because we're in the United States, I did go ahead and condense down this. When you do look at the training online on the workstation, there will be a peg that I removed because our rate of exchange is the same as our PRV. Basically, that rate of exchange is for the conversions, the monetary conversions through different countries. So it's your monthly PRV times your commission percentage. Now, what is our commission percentage? Your commission percentage is part of our compensation plan. So everybody who starts brand new is a essential consultant. You start at making 20% commission. So when you start, so your PRV times 20%. That is your commission. As you are starting through being a consultant, I'm not going to talk about all the incentives that come through as a new consultant, but we have the shooting star, the sensational start, and everything that happens in your first 70 days. But your basic thing that you're trying to do is get a raise. So after being essential consultant, if you get 1,000 lifetime PRV, now that doesn't matter if it takes you 1 day, 1 week, 1 year, at least it has to be within 12 months because you have to get at least active in that time too. Once you get 1,000 lifetime PRV, you get your first promotion and your first raise. Your raise goes from 20% commission to 25% commission, and it'll never go down. This is your first and only promotion you have until you start to build a team. So as long as you're a consultant and you don't want to build a team, then you will always make 25% commission. Now, of course, there's bonuses, and the bonuses are the 2001 month, you get a 5% bonus. So that means your commission goes from your 25 plus the 5%, which if you add those together is 30% commission. But tonight we're just going to talk about teams. So our next step is I'm going to ask a couple of questions, and these are something to think about. How much PRV do you need to earn in a month to be active? So remember, when you start every single month, everybody starts at 0 and have an inactive status. It's 200 PRV. That is how much PRV you need on a monthly basis to be active. Your commission checks are deposited into the pay portal on or before the 10th of every month, and it's and it's based on the commission from the prior month. So as we finished up November, December 10th on or before, so in the United States, we normally get paid on the 9th, but the latest you'll get paid is on the 10th. We are getting paid in December for everything that we did in November. So right now in the month of December, we are working on our January paycheck. So that means we will get paid on the 10th of January. Now, if you ever have any questions about your compensation or how you get paid or the pay portal, please make sure that you are checking with your sponsor, or you are more than welcome to contact me. I can kind of give you the breakdown as well. So what if you have a team? So I have my commission. I know that I'm making 25% commission because I am now certified. How does the compensation work with a team? So your first promotion as a leader is a lead consultant. And we're going to break it down to show you what you have to get every single month. Now, we're also going to talk about PAT, which is paid at title with the bonuses. So as you start to build a team, the commission breaks down will change, but you still have requirements to hit that paid at title, which I put PAT here, which means paid at title. Commissions versus bonuses. Commissions on your PRV is only a portion of your total earning potential. To unlock the potential, you need to build a team so you can earn bonuses. So when you hit what you feel is at your max, like you have done everything you can do to get the biggest paycheck you have, building a team helps you add on to what you currently do. So this up here is just kind of like showing it like this is you. This is all of your commission. This is what you do on your PRV. And here is how we're going to break down the team bonuses for getting more money. So we're going to go back over some terms as well. So a consultant, you're the consultant. So when we talk about consultant, that means it's you. I'm my own consultant. You're your own consultant. A sponsor, this is the person who you signed up under. Now, if you're a reinstate, you will have a sponsor, and there is another word. I can't remember now, but it does change if you do not sign up under the same person you originally signed up for. But the sponsor is who you are currently underneath. Frontline, these are everybody who has signed up underneath of you. So that is your, like they directly signed up with you. So that's either going to be who you've talked to or who has possibly rolled up from your downline. Second level, or what I call a second gen, is who is signed up underneath of your front line. We do not have, oh, I'm sorry. And the next one is team. That's everybody underneath of you. And there's no limit to frontline or downline. One saying that we have through Scentsy that you'll see a lot of different directors or team leaders or trainers say is you want to build wide. You want to have a wider downline or a wider front line than you do a downline. The reason why is the more people that you recruit that are directly underneath of you, it gives you potential for showing your front line how to recruit and how to build a wider front line. Now, rank versus title. Your rank resets every single month, like our PRV and our active status, and you have to earn it, and this is what you get paid off of. So when people talk about my rank is, last month, my rank was Star Consultant. That is what I got paid off. Now, my title was director for a long time because I had 3 months of being a director, at 3 months of director Q, and then it dropped down to superstar consultant. So right now, my current title, even though my highest rank was director at one point, the director and above, those you have to hit with once in 6 months to get to stay at director title. But the title is the highest rank that you've ever achieved. This is not reset. So I will always be titled as a superstar consultant, even though I may only be getting paid at a star consultant status. Here is the breakdown of each one of our titles. So we have essential consultant, that's brand new, or anybody who is a recruit or a reinstate that has not hit 1,000 lifetime PRV. Certified consultants are the ones who've hit the 1,000 lifetime PRV, and they move from one percentage to the next. And the next one is lead. So this is where you're moving out of being a certified consultant and building a team. So as you can see here, your PRV, which is personal retail value, needs to be at 500. You also need to have a group wholesale volume. So that is 75% of the PRV with your entire team. That is you and down. Anybody, any frontline, second gen, third gen, you have to hit 1,000 GWV. Out of your whole downline, you have to have one of your frontline active. Okay. So all leaders, no matter what. So let's go back. Every single leader has a minimum of 500 PRV that they are required to do in 1 month. So when I talk about your goal should be 200 to get active, and if you consistently do that, your next goal is 500. And this is the reason why. If you accidentally start building a team, someone signs up underneath of you, you didn't even talk to them, for you to get paid off of them, off of the bonuses, you have to do a minimum of 500 PRV. So if you are ever thinking of future now going to be a leader, you need to make sure that you can consistently hit 500 PRV in a month. So as a lead consultant, this is going back through, you have to have 500 PRV, you have to have 1,000 GWV, and you have to have one active frontline. Now, I know this shows 3. You do not have to count the rest of these. Just one of them has to be active. You could have 20. You could have 1. You could have 2 consultants underneath of you, but one of them has to be active. That means they have to have a minimum of 200 PRV in 1 month. So I'm going to show you my paychecks and show you how it varies between the very first month that I started, the first month I had a team, and then the next month that I got my next promotion. So in May of 2020, I started on May 17th of 2020. At the end of that month, I was a certified consultant. I had sold $1,582.45 of PRV. I did not have any frontline. I didn't have a team. That was all by myself. Now, in that first month, I did not know that if you got 2,000 in 1 month, you would have gotten a 5% bonus. If I had known, I probably would have started pushing a little bit more and definitely done something on that stretch in that last day. But beside the point, that's already in the past. I got paid $395.61. That was my first paycheck with Scentsy. Now, jumping to July of 2020, because in June, it was still just me and I didn't have a team. But in July, we had a promotion. It was a $20 join kit. I had people getting active, hitting shooting star, hitting Scentsational start level 1, 2, and 3. And it jumped from certified, I hit lead, and then I hit star, right? Yeah, lead and then star. So I basically got 2 promotions in 1 month by asking people to join on the $20 kit. I sold $3,318.93 I had 4 people active. Now, I did not look to see what my total team was, but I had 4 active frontline. My paycheck was $1,193.83. The next month, we were able to I got a promotion to SuperStar Consultant. So I've been a SuperStar Consultant since August of 2020. I sold $2,843.19. I had 6 active frontline. What changed between July and August was that my team wholesale value, my group wholesale value, we had sold over $6,000. So I got another promotion that month. That means when you move up in your ranks of what you're getting paid on, your commission will change. Let's see, my first month as a director was September of 2020. So I started in May, hit director on September. I had 7 active frontline. Guys, that is a very, very, very small team, but within 7 people and myself, that was 8 of us, because at that time I didn't have any second generation. We hit over 10,000 GWV. Okay, 10,000 GWV. My paycheck was $1,993.81. Now, I didn't pull up my biggest paycheck, and I probably should have. I kind of skipped through because this was 2020, and then I went to December of 2020. My paycheck, again, I lost my director title, but I got paid more, or I sold more. I had 4,200 in GWV the following year, but we did not get enough for me to get back to director, and I had 9 active frontline. So you can see that I was able to hit director with 7 people, but the following year I had 9 people active, but their PRV and their sales were not as high for us to get a group wholesale value to hit director numbers. Now, December of 2021, so we're talking a year later, I had a director title back. My rank was Star Consultant. I sold $1,601.32. Active frontline was 2. There was a huge difference in what my team that I got when I first started, the team I had in 2021 and the team I currently have now in 2022. January, I got put into Director Q for the second time. I only did $939.73. And the reason why I say only is because that was the hardest month for me, because I hit Director Q again. And I felt like a failure. And as you can tell, when I got my paycheck, it also was not very good. Now, also, you have to look at the surroundings and what else was going on. In December of 2021, I started a new job. So I had been working at another job, working Scentsy as well, and my paycheck was low, but my focus was somewhere else. So I got paid $327.13. I had $939.75 in PRV. We had 6 active front lines, but our GWV was at $3,162. So April of the same year, so April earlier this year, SuperStar Consultant, I actually got paid as SuperStar Consultant. My paycheck went to $1,594.47. 5 active frontline. Guys, from January to April, my PRV, I pushed and pushed. April was the last month for me to get annual sales award, and I pushed. I spent every waking minute that I had, not at work, to get my goal, to get annual sales award. So as you can see, my PRV was up by 3,000. My active frontline was less than it was in January. And my paycheck was 5 times as much. Coming into October of 2022, of what I got paid on last month, it was $955. SuperStar Consultant, Star Consultant rank at 7 active frontline. Guys, the paychecks are always going to vary, because the only thing that you can control is your PRV. the way that I have ran my team and the way that I have pushed everything else is I am always here to help you guys push and accelerate and give you guys the opportunity and the information. But I'm not one that's going to sit there and say, why isn't your PRV higher? Why haven't you pushed? If you need someone to do that, I'm more than happy to do that. You can always send me a message and say, I need to be pushed. I need to be checked in with every week. I need to be checked in with every day or every 3 days to make sure I'm staying on track. I will always be your biggest cheerleader, and I will always make sure that you have the information that you need. I do want to say this because I am talking about commission checks, is that this is basically the income statement for my YouTube. I need to make sure that everybody sees that. It will be attached to the bottom of this video. So when you see that, let me go ahead and take this off of stop share. Going through that and looking at my paychecks, it was so hard. It was the hardest thing that for me to do. And the reason why is I felt like a failure in so many different months because we weren't hitting the numbers. We weren't hitting what I expected everybody to do. And as you grow a team, you need to know that the only thing that you can control and the only thing that you can push is yourself. You can put incentives out there. You can try to help everybody. You can try and do every training underneath of the sun. But you can't motivate someone to do what you do. I pushed myself harder than I would ever push any of you. I would make sure, like, I seriously work so hard. And sometimes it feels like it's going, like I'm not getting the outcome I need to, but consistency, staying consistent with something. If it's posting on your Facebook, if it's messaging your customers, if it's following up, make sure you're always focusing on consistency of what you want to see continue. If you want higher PRV, messaging your customers, following up with them, and checking in on them is going to be your #1 key. As you're having conversations with your customers and following up with them and checking out to see how they're doing, if they are placing large orders, and what I mean by a large order is I would say $50 or more on a regular basis, then you need to have a conversation with them about growing your team. And the reason why is that each and every one of my front line, except for I think now 2 or 3 that had just signed up that I didn't even know, each one of you, I had talked about or explained how much money that you were saving or how much money you'd get back if you had placed the order underneath yourself. Now, some of y'all that had signed up, I had probably asked, but maybe you'd never purchased from me. Maybe you found me on YouTube or you found me through Facebook and you just signed up that way. You have to realize that all you have to do to be consistent is being consistent. And I know that's hard to say, is like, well, how am I supposed to be consistent? You need to decide and figure out what is the best way to make you be consistent. Is it a daily reminder? Is it like a calendar that you're like every day at 9 a.m. or every day at 9 p.m. I'm following up with my customers, or every Sunday? Maybe it's not even a daily thing. Maybe it's a weekly thing. You are a business owner. You setting up systems and figuring out how's the best way to reach out to your customers is going to decide on what works for you. If you're working this as a part-time gig or as a hobbyist and you don't want to reach out to people on a weekly basis, then do it once a month. You know, decide to start doing it like on the 5th or maybe the first Monday of the month or maybe the last Monday of the month. And make sure you're following up with your customers and making sure that they are taken care of. Our whole company is built on customer service. If you check back with a customer because they didn't know that if the warmer arrived broken, that it is manufacturally, like it's a warranty with shipping and with functionality. If you didn't check with them and they were too embarrassed to say something, they would not ever purchase with from you again, because what's the point? They receive broken stuff and they feel like maybe they just have to deal with it or just not use it, or they threw it away. Consistency in everything that I've done since I've started has been a struggle for me. It is hard because I feel like I have to do it every single day. Every single day, I need to check with customers. Every single day, I need to be posting to my VIP group, my Facebook, my like everything. And since August of this last year, I have started new programs into my systems that I'm working and tweaking. I have just started a new VIP program for myself. This is basically for me, and it is to help me not have to spend all my time in my Facebook group. Now, do I still respond to comments? Do I still go ahead and check back with them? Yes, I do. But I am now not spending 2 hours to do 1 day of posts. And when I say 2 hours, it's a good hour for me to figure out everything I wanted to post. And it takes me about 30, 45 minutes to post everything and make sure that everything is scheduled out. What I'm doing now, it takes me about 45 minutes for the whole week. And currently, I haven't done a whole week at one time. It takes me about 5 minutes to set up every day, like the daily posts. And then sometimes I forget about my business page. But you finding consistency with how you are working your business is up to you. If it needs to be a notification, an alarm, a event in your calendar, maybe you set a timer that after you get up or on your lunch period. I mean, it just kind of depends. All of your consistency is going to be set on you. I can tell you exactly how I do my job every single day of what I do and how I do it, but that works for me. Asking your customers as you are following up if they are open to the opportunity of earning extra money with Scentsy. That is a customer service. That's a customer service thing. Asking them if they want to be able to get cash back on the purchases they're already purchasing, that helps your customers. Because your PRV is for today. Your PRV is what you get paid on today. That person that you were talking to that maybe only buys once every month, once every other month, maybe once every 3 months, maybe asking why you never asked them. Maybe they don't feel like they could do it and they don't ask you because you haven't reached out to them. And as you're watching this video and you're sitting there saying, I can't reach out to them, I'm going to bother them. I don't want to bother these people. I don't want to be, I don't want to, bug them while they're busy. Guys, sending a message or an email or a messenger message is not going to bother them. If you're following up and checking on how they are doing, how their order was it correct when it got shipped? Did it arrive perfectly? Did everything when they unboxed it turn on okay? Was everything perfect? You following up on that isn't a bother. You talking to them the next time they place an order and they're like, yeah, I want to go ahead and get the Cinderella Castle along with, I want to get like 6 bars of wax. And I also need to get some laundry. It's about time for my laundry. Well, guys, 2 of those things, the laundry and the wax bars, those are Scentsy Club items. Those things can be sent to them so they don't run out. The other part is if they're already purchasing like the Cinderella Castle, it needs to be going into a party. They need to be able to get rewards off of that. And then if they're like, no, ask them if they want money back. Ask them if they purchase it this month, would you like to get a paycheck next month off of what you just purchased? Now, the words and the templates and the terminology that I'm using is going to be different from what you were going to use because these are the words that are coming out of my mouth. Remember that anytime that you follow any kind of training and you get terminology or you get like phrases or scripts to send out to your customers, make sure that you are changing it to make it sound like you are the one sending the message. Your customers are going to know if they see you live, if they've talked to you before through text message, or if they watch you do a live on your Facebook, or they've commented on your post. They're going to know if it was you or not who sent that message. If you say, hey girl, hey, and you've never sent a message of saying, hey girl, hey, they're going to think it's spammy. They're going to think someone stole your number or they hacked into your messenger account. Make sure that you have a phrase, like come up with a phrase. I normally say, hey, person's name. So be like, hey, Blake, just wanted to check in on you and see how everything's going. You know, how's the family? You know, I know your wife is perfect. So, you know, I would send something like that. And then you know that if I was checking up on the order that he just placed, and I'm like, I know that you have a perfect wife and that you are ordering this for her Christmas present. Have you ever considered making extra money with Scentsy? And so that would be a way for you to kind of have that conversation. Like, no, that's just not something for me. You know, I'm too busy. Guys, we have rebuttals that you can state that are in the workstation. If you look up on, I think it's host join or by host join through the workstation, there's rebuttals of how to, when someone tells you no, they're not telling you no, guys, because you know what? I will say this, no one at the end of the month ever sent me their go for no's. So that means none of y'all are getting no's or you didn't try to compete. Going for no's is getting a solid no. That means they do not want to do, like, it's basically kind of a leave me alone, don't message me. Because if they say not right now, it just means that it's not a good time right now, but it doesn't mean no forever. They're saying that I don't have the time. Well, if they're already busy and they're doing stuff for their kids, like they're going to events, they're working a second job, they're having to run from here to there. Maybe they work really long hours at this other job. They have time management. When you come across different people that are very busy, those are the best Scentsy consultants because they know how to manage their time. They know that if they have 10 free minutes, they have time to be able to message their customers or schedule some posts, or they got to get that stuff done. And then they find shortcuts. Guys, our systems that we create are the fastest way to do what we can do on a consistent level. Like, that's our system. So if you continue to want to build your paycheck, you want to get a little bit more bonuses, it always starts first with you. You can always get a 5% bonus every single month by selling more than 2,000. It's an extra 5% bonus. You can also bless somebody with this opportunity for Scentsy, of them creating their own paycheck for them to, and you never know, guys, you never know how someone is going to do. And I'm going to use one of the girls that's on this call right now. Raylan never bought from me. She had talked about it. She had thought about it. And she messaged me and said, I'm just going to sign up. And I was like, okay. Like, I didn't know how well she was going to do because I didn't even know if she had purchased any of the items because she didn't purchase them from me. Now, as we have talked, she has her own Scentsy. It just wasn't purchased through me. And she signed up through me. And she is a rock star. She is kicking butt and taking names. Guys, for someone who has never ordered from me. So think about that. When you talk to people and they want to sign up, you never know what they're going to do. You never know how much they need this, how much that they want this, how much that they're going to put into it. So that's what I have for you guys today. I did it's almost 8 o'clock on the hour. So I want to tell you, thank you so much for showing up for Work It Wednesday. I'll be here every single week at 7 p.m. I will have this uploaded to YouTube tonight. So if you'd like to comment, like, share, or subscribe to my channel, please do that now. If you have any questions, please comment below. I love you all, and I will see you guys next week.